Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, November the 17th, 2022. Good morning, Miss Cherry. How you doing this morning? Grace and peace. All right, man. I ran across this article last night. It was dropped yesterday. I was reading through it, and the FBI has now got involved with a specific firebombing of a pro-life clinic, or what I like to refer to as a pregnancy resource center. Now, this is the one that was bombed amongst a series of others since the overturning of Roe versus Wade. This one is in Buffalo, New York. So I guess the FBI has now got involved, and they are offering a $25,000 reward. Now, the reason why I wanted to cover this story is because it's kind of been pushed to the side about these pregnancy resource centers that have been attacked ever since the overturning of Roe versus Wade, and I just find it ironic that before the overturning of Roe versus Wade, the argument that we've always heard was there's no place for these women to get resources, to get care after their children were born, right? So just like Stacey Abrams said when she was running, what was this, about a month ago or so, saying that women, or she's an advocate for abortion because once a woman has a child within 5 years, she's going to be in poverty. Okay, that's what the lady said on the campaign trail. And I think I covered that about a few weeks ago on a live stream. So, but it's just so ironic that these places didn't exist until after the overturning of Roe versus Wade. But now they can find these places, and now they can vandalize them, and they can try to burn them to the ground. Don't know how that works, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into this particular article, and this one is from the Christian Post. Title reads, FBI offers $25,000 reward for info on pro-life clinic firebombers, releases surveillance video. Nearly 6 months after the firebombing of a pro-life pregnancy center in upstate New York, the FBI has released surveillance camera footage of the attack and offered a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the perpetrators. So if you guys have any leads on this case, $25,000 is yours. Let's continue. The FBI's Buffalo press office announced Monday that it is, quote, seeking the public's help to identify the individuals responsible for the arson of the CompassCare Pregnancy Service Center at 1230 Eggert Road, Amherst, New York, on June 7th, 2022, end quote. CompassCare, a network of pro-life pregnancy centers whose office is in Amherst, New York, was firebombed on June 7th, stated Monday that the FBI notified its CEO, Jim Harden, about the release of the surveillance camera video footage and the establishment of a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the perpetrators. Jane's Revenge, a group of pro-abortion activists that have taken credit for multiple acts of vandalism against pro-life organizations worldwide, appeared to claim credit for the attack in a June 14th communique by listing quote unquote Buffalo, New York, a major city near Amherst, as one of the locations where quote unquote you have seen us. Okay, so what is I just want to know what is the logic behind being a pro-abortion activist? What is a pro-abortion activist? What is that? Not only that, you're vandalizing and you're trying to burn down places that provide support for women who need the support. These are women who are disenfranchised, places that support women who don't have the financial means, who may need just a little boost, just somebody to say, hey, we care. You're pregnant, and we want to help you. We want to help you get on your feet um, with this pregnancy, or to help you get through this pregnancy. And it's not just for women. My wife is a part of a pregnancy resource center here in Atlanta, and she herself has seen plenty of couples come in there, men and women. You know, you got guys who are trying to do the right thing, guys who want to be fathers, but they just say, hey, I may have fallen on hard times, or they may not have been raised in a household to where they've seen a father that was present. They may have made some mistakes and they're just like, hey, I got a child that's coming into the world and I want to do the right thing. Some of these guys are working, two or three fast food jobs just to try to make ends meet. But they're just like, hey, it's just kind of tough for us right now. We got a kid on the way. But instead of just going the abortion route, we're going to do what we have to do as parents to raise our children in a better environment than what we grew up in. But you got this pro-abortion activist group. Shouldn't even be named an activist group. It should be a terrorist group. It should be named a terrorist group because there's nothing that says activism of a person that goes and try to destroy a place that is giving support and help to people who are less fortunate. Let's continue. The individuals behind the group of the attack itself remain unknown. Quote, at approximately 2:45 a.m., the Amherst Police Department received a 911 call regarding a fire at the CompassCare Center. The FBI statement reads, individuals had thrown Molotov cocktails at the center. This started a fire that caused significant damage. One of the individuals spray painted the words, Jane was here, on the building as well. The FBI believes the individuals drove a 2013 to 2016 red or orange Dodge Dart sedan. Now Dodge Dart, you know that gotta be a liberal. That gotta be a liberal driving a Dodge Dart. Especially that color. That gotta be somebody liberal. Suspect one in the FBI's seeking information poster is estimated to be approximately 5'11", end quote. The 18 seconds of surveillance footage and still photographs from the video are in black and white. The video begins with the man identified as suspect one wearing a short sleeve shirt, pants, and a baseball cap and a face mask, taking items out of the trunk of a car. Cuts to a man with an almost fully covered face wearing a hooded light colored sweatshirt running away from flames as he smashes the windows of the building. The footage concludes with suspect two wearing a hooded dark colored sweatshirt whose face is fully covered, throwing what appears to be a Molotov cocktail at the building before jumping into the back seat of the car. law enforcement agency identified the actions that unfolded at CompassCare earlier this year as a violation of federal law prohibiting destruction by means of fire or explosive, which comes with a penalty up to 20 years in prison. The FBI cited the arson of CompassCare as a potential violation of the Freedom to Access Clinic Interests Act. Okay, all right. Now I didn't know. Jeremiah says, "Why you hating on that car?" Yeah, because listen, you know that a grown man driving a Dodge Dart, you could tell that's just like somebody who's young. They're a liberal, like I said. So somebody who's it's definitely somebody between the ages of 18 and 21 driving a Dodge Dart. You know, nobody really goes out to go buy a Dodge Dart. I mean, that's like a car that's kind of like a starter car. Yeah, he probably. I was just about to say he probably got a good deal on the car, or that's probably a car that one of his parents gave them. You know, and you go to commit a crime in a Dodge Dart, a red Dodge Dart. Oh man. But anyway, okay. So the FBI is saying that. Oh, what's going on? Ah man, I hate the Wi-Fi at this hotel, man. It's just not good. It's messing up my stream. Okay. All right. So it says that the FBI cited the arson uh, as a potential violation of the Freedom of Access Interests Act, which is the FACE Act. Now they said that this is a potential violation. How is this a potential violation when these people have firebombed a clinic? I don't understand that. But you're willing to arrest because they've done this. You're arresting senior citizens under the FACE Act for standing in front of the abortion clinic and telling people what abortion is and basically giving people the gospel and trying to lead them to the pregnancy resource centers to say, hey, you guys don't have to go into these abortion clinics. There's actually places that are willing to assist you during and after your pregnancy. But they've arrested some senior citizens who are a part of some pro-life groups, right? They've arrested them under the FACE Act and said that, oh, well, these people are trying to block women from having access to abortion. You can firebomb a pregnancy resource center, and that is a potential violation of the FACE Act. Let's break it down again because y'all know I'm kind of slow. Try to stop a woman. I wouldn't even say try to. I wouldn't even say try to stop a woman. Stand in front of an abortion clinic to try to lead a pregnant woman to a pregnancy resource center. If they say that you try to block them from going inside, that's a violation of the FACE Act. And they can lock you up, give you at least a decade in prison. But if you firebomb a place that's actually providing care and services for pregnant women while they're pregnant and while they're after, it is a potential violation. Make that make sense. Because right now you got some people who are considered senior citizens who I can't remember the state. I can't remember the state, but we were just talking about this Sunday where they had a little run-in with the law enforcement. Okay, there was a dispute that happened outside of an abortion clinic. They said that the abortion clinic said that the people, the Christian people who were in front of the abortion clinic giving out free information and giving the gospel to people as they walked into the abortion clinic. They said that these people were trying to stop the people from coming in. So of course the cops were called. They went to court. I think that the case was dropped. It was being charged as a misdemeanor, but I think that the case was dropped. 2 years later, the FBI picks the case up, and now these people are in jail after it's settled in the local courts. But the FBI still picked the case up and still locked them up anyway because they said that they violated the FACE Act. I mean, this is bizarro world that we living in right now. But again, Firebombed the Pregnancy Resource Center, that's a potential violation. Hardin released a statement Monday suggesting that the FBI's announcement merely constitute an attempt at damage control ahead of the anticipated Republican takeover of the U.S. House of Representatives. Totally agree 100%. Totally agree 100%. Because, like I was saying, right after Roe versus Wade was overturned, they had a lot of these pregnancy resource centers that were being vandalized, defaced. They tried to burn some of these down to the ground. Heard nothing from the FBI. That's what people were asking. People said, where's the FBI? Where's the investigations? They were just like, oh, nothing to see here. But now all of a sudden, when they were getting ready to have the Republican runoff, I'm sorry, not a Republican, but when they were getting ready to have these elections, and they were afraid that the Republicans were going to get in and actually take over some seats in the House and the Senate, now all of a sudden they want to try to get involved, trying to do this damage control. Quote, let's not be too hasty to sing praises to the FBI, he said. This may be nothing more than an attempt to appear even-handed, bolstering their reputation ahead of more investigations by the House Judiciary Committee into the FBI's adaptation of duty to investigate violence against pro-life organizations. If they are serious about fighting the perpetrators, they will offer a $25,000 reward for each of the 150 pro-life organizations that have been attacked. $3.7 million, end quote. Multiple pro-life organizations and churches nationwide have suffered varying degrees of vandalism following the leak of the U.S. Supreme Court's draft decision in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, determining that the U.S. Constitution does not contain a right to abortion. Republicans on the U.S. House Judiciary Committee released a report on November 3rd, which featured whistleblower testimony contending that the FBI deprioritized the investigation of violence against pro-life groups. Tinfoil hat time. More than a week after the 2022 midterm elections that will determine which party controls the U.S. Congress for the next 2 years, Republicans appear almost certain to hold a narrow majority in the U.S. House, which they do now. Decision Desk HQ has already called the House for Republicans, determining that the party will hold at least 219 of the 435 seats. But the Associated Press has yet to project Republican control of the House, showing 217 seats for the GOP and 209 for the Democrats as of Wednesday morning, with many seats uncalled, as 218 seats are needed to take control of the lower chamber. Republican control of the U.S. House will enable the party to investigate the FBI and Biden administration's handling of violence against pro-life organizations, which critics have characterized as lackluster. Meanwhile, the Biden Justice Department has also used the Freedom of Access to Clinic Interests Act to arrest and prosecute pro-life demonstrators, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. That's exactly what I was just talking about. They're using the FACE Act to arrest people, demonstrators. They'll use them for that, but now it's a potential violation of the FACE Act if you burn down these pregnancy resource centers. Crazy. In early August, less than 2 months after the attack that affected severe damage on the facility, CompassCare's Amherst location reopened and unveiled new plans to expand. In a previous interview with the Christian Post, Hardin reported that, quote, we had to replace all the windows, all the doors, the entire ceiling, all the flooring, and many walls had to be redone, end quote. The the damage was so extensive that the building had to be gutted. Wow. In September, CompassCare sued for police to turn over the surveillance video of the attack after several requests to review the footage. So, and that's actually the end of this particular article. But that's crazy. The police was sitting on the footage, and the police would not release the footage of what happened to this particular place, of it being firebombed. They had to go and sue the police department to get their own footage back. If y'all don't think that we're living in the last days, if y'all don't think that severe Christian persecution is coming, I don't know what world you're living in. But Jesus did prophesy, and he told us, you will be hated by all nations for my name. People are going to hate you. People are going to slander you. People are going to persecute you just because you bear the name of Christ. Just because you stand up for something good, people are going to hate you. Especially when you're out doing the work of the Lord. Trying to bring people to Christ, you're trying to save lives. The more that you try to do, and the more you try to align yourself with the Word of God, the more people are going to hate on you. Good morning, Mighty Man Quivers. And we can see that, especially with our law enforcement system. Now, one thing I do want to kind of circle back to is that they talked about the Republicans getting majority of the House, and they're going to start doing investigations on the FBI. They ain't going to do nothing. They're not. You know, I was listening to one of these, I think the guy supposed to be the next speaker of the House on the Republican side. He was talking about how they're going to be investigating Hunter Biden, and they're going to be investigating Joe Biden's administration and all of that. I'm like, man, y'all didn't even do that up under Trump. So what makes me think that y'all gonna just automatically turn over a new leaf while the man that y'all should have been investigating before he got into office is now in office, and you want to say that now you gonna turn around and investigate him and his son while he's in office, but you didn't do that before he got into office. I'm like, man, get out of here with that. I'm just like, don't put all your faith and trust into these government institutions. The FBI ain't on your side, right? Jeremiah says politics is a whole joke. It is. It is. Stop putting your trust into the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, the FBI. All of these people are not trying to seek justice. There's only one who is going to give real justice, and that's Christ. And we have to continue to stand firm on the word, and we have to continue to be obedient, even if it's going to cost us imprisonment or if it's going to cost us death. But whatever happens to us, we all do it for the glory of God. Anyway, guys, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this video up. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I mean, do you think that the FBI may be turning over a new leaf? Maybe this isn't some damage control. Maybe the FBI is really concerned about what's happening with these pro-life pregnancy centers. Maybe they are really trying to go after these perpetrators. Or do you happen to believe that, hey, listen, um, these are the times that we live in. You know, people want to see the work of God coming to an end. Man's heart is desperately wicked and no one can understand it. And that the only person that can fix man's heart is Christ. But we as Christians, we have to continue to be obedient. We have to continue to keep fighting for the right of life. All of us as Christians. And if we get arrested for it, if we lose our jobs for it, you know, if we're persecuted for it, then so be it. All right, so yeah, getting ready to get up out of here. As you guys get ready to head out, don't forget to like this video, rate it, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell so whenever I go live or upload a video, you guys are the first ones to see it. And I will catch you guys next time, Lord willing. And you guys have a blessed day.